Welcome to Ryan Field on the campus of Northwestern University and home to the Wildcats, where the purple-clad fans are eager to get this one started. Today, a couple of SEC teams get ready to square off in what ought to be an old-fashioned slobber knocker. As we'll see, the Purdue Boilermakers taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the Northwestern Wildcats. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here at the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. The Boilermakers will get us underway with the opening kickoff. He'll call for the fair catch here. First down for this offense. He'll do it himself. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
And that option game can be tricky, right? But nice job by the defense playing assignment football. And watch the linebacker. You could tell. Locked in on the quarterback. Chases him down. Gets to him. And not only gets to him, doesn't let him break a tackle. Gets him on the ground.
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Right, how about this offense? You think of this offense, you think of throwing the football and top 10 passing in all of college football, but the defense knew something, right? Like you could tell they were going to come out and run the football. They brought out the goal line, brought in some big boys, and really was ready for the run on that play.
On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. Got his man!
There's a reason 3rd down is called the money down. What a great find by the quarterback. Great job finding his receiver. At the end of the game, you look at 3rd down percentages, it tells a huge story, and it goes a long way in deciding who wins a football game.
Solid fundamentals on that tackle from this freshman. Guys, this rough start is hardly what they had in mind to start SEC play, and it's not going to get any easier.
Well, no doubt about it. There were big expectations surrounding this program inside SEC play this year, and things haven't necessarily gone their way. They've had to fight a ton of adversity, but, David, they believe they have the leadership in the locker room to turn it around, but it's got to start today.
Yeah, one at a time. Like, we got to start today. We got to find something. We got to find what we're really good at, what we can hang our hat on, so we can start to build some momentum throughout the season. Obviously not the start we wanted, but we got to point to the next opportunity.
Coming out on 1st down with the play fake. It's complete to the left. And that defense doesn't allow a cutback, and they get him out of bounds after a short gain.
I like the slot receiver because he gives his quarterback a good option working the middle of the field. He's a nice weapon in this offense.
And now on 2nd down for this offense. Using his legs, it's Porter. And they try to run inside, and there is nowhere to go.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but now facing 3rd down. Throws to the wideout. Wide open downfield. The tackle is made, but he's got it 1st and goal from the 6.
And I like it. 3rd down and short, and this offense stays aggressive, and now they're set up. Forget the field goal. We're not looking for 3 now. Now set up in a 1st and goal, trying to get a touchdown.
They'll use the running game on 1st and goal. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2. Northwestern wants to go quickly. On 2nd and goal, they believe he's got a nose for the goal line. Going right back to the well, and this time he finds water. Gets it into the end zone for the touchdown. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. So it's a 73-yard touchdown drive. And finish the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. Offense set on first down. Used the play fake, now to throw. Taking a shot on the first play. Got his man downfield. And they were looking for a chunk play, and they got it. The explosive picks up more than 30.
I know it's early in the game, but defensively after that play, you know you have to tackle the catch. When this guy gets the ball in his hands, he is so dangerous after the fact. So it's okay for him to make catches. You just got to get him to the ground quickly.
And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
Fires into traffic, it's picked off. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
That is one the quarterback is going to want to have back. It's touchdowns or it's checkdowns once you get down to the red zone. You can't get too aggressive and greedy trying to fit the football into small windows, and as a result, QB throws a pick.
Off the play fake on first down to throw. Got him downfield. Can anyone catch him? Running inside the 20. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Northwestern! They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. That's the kind of drive everybody loves. So seeing quarterback, one snap, put it in the end zone. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. The Purdue offense heads back out to the field. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
To the air, it's Card. Trying to get behind the defense. And that pass picked off. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision.
Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Hand off from the shotgun. Turns it on at midfield. Really nice run there. Good, solid pickup, and they'll move the sticks with a first down.
You don't always have to run the sexy plays, right? It doesn't have to always be up-tempo and fast and spread and doing all this stuff. Sometimes you just lower your shoulder. Sometimes you just run powerfully. You get the first down, and that's all that matters.
And they'll wrestle him to the ground after a short gain.
Now, that's what you try to do as a defense. Limit those damages when they run the football. Get them on the ground, short gains to set your defense for positive situations down the road.
Quickly complete. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few.
A nice job by the defense there, tackling the catch and smothering the tight end. They know this offense is going to try to find him in the passing game in a lot of different situations. That time, perfect coverage, and nice job bringing the big guy down. Not easy to do.
They'll move the running back to try to force the defense to adjust. Quick completion on the out. And he'll go down, but he has enough for the first down.
And had they not picked up that first down, it would have been decision time for the head coach, right? You're kind of in no man's land on the fridge. Are you trying a long field goal? Are you going for it on fourth down? But because of the execution there and the nice throw, let's keep this drive going. Let's see if we can get 6.
Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
They're trying to run the ball on first down, guys, but just nothing doing up front. Their offensive line got blown up on that play. There was nowhere for that guy to go.
Dropping back, it's right. Feeling some heat. Pass on the way, it's picked off. Got room on the return. The 30, the 20, the 10. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position.
Defense is about negative plays, creating negative plays and creating turnovers. What a great job, not only creating the interception, but doing something after. You see the blocks after the interception, return it almost back to the house, and now you set your offense up with great field position.
Great play by the defense there, backed up in their own end. Offense trying to go jet sweep, but you see the defenders, they knew exactly who's getting the football, and they made the tackle right away.
They lost ground on first down, now 2nd and goal from the 5. He's looking to throw. And it's picked off for the 3rd time today. And the offense makes the tackle in frustration after the interception. Drive comes up empty, and it's a turnover.
Well, the defense does an awesome job here with their backs against the wall in their own red zone, coming away with an INT early. That could be a big game-changing type play in this game.
The Northwestern offense returns to the field. After that last pick, David, they really need to take care of the ball this time.
No doubt. And Palmer, I want to know what Spurrier said to you on the sideline after a pick.
Do that again, and you'll be right here beside me for the rest of the game. You got to go out. You got to call your plays, and I hope this coaching staff isn't going to be afraid to throw it this time.
Man, how tough is this guy to defend? He drops back, everything tells you pass, and then he scrambles and gets the first down. Just so hard to defend.
From their own 18-yard line, it's first down. They'll leave it with him. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Let's go. When you see snot bubbles coming out of the offensive player, you know it was a good lick. The Mike linebacker sits right in the middle of the field, ready to roll, ready to lay the hammer.
Looking to throw, it's right. Fires to the right. And that one had some juice on it, but it's incomplete.
Well, that one falls incomplete, but you know this guy is a big part of their passing attack. You saw the last game out. He had multiple catches from the running back position. They're going to try to get that established in this game.
You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. On the run, still looking. Blasted as he lets it go. Throws into double coverage, and it's picked off. And it's going to be a pick 6. Touchdown, Boilermakers!
You've got to be so careful as a quarterback throwing over the middle of the field with this linebacker. He is so good in coverage, reading the quarterback's eyes. He'll make you pay, and he did right there with that pick 6.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And after the extra point, they've cut the lead in half, down 14-7. They're lining up to kick it off after the pick 6, and that defense will come out feeling it. The returner's going to try to see what he can get.
Returner brings it out to the 13, and your Northwestern Wildcats will take over the first possession.
Opening play of this drive comes from the 13-yard line. To the ground with the back. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. First down here for the offense. Little touch pass to the receiver. Still on his feet at the 25. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
Northwestern 14, Purdue 7.
Use the play fake, now to throw. Getting some heat. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20. Northwestern right back to the line.
Play-action pass success has a lot to do with selling that fake. You could tell defense was not buying it, got in the backfield, got the big play.
To the air, it's right. Unloads to the right. Makes the grab. And they finally get him down, but not before. He's got him set up for business at the 49-yard line.
That's a beautiful pass and catch. I love the job the quarterback does manipulating the defense with his eyes. He froze that safety, and that allowed his receiver more room to work his route.
The RPO fired complete to the left. Excellent job working through the air. They're finding a hole in that defense and picking up a first down.
Man, this quarterback is having a first half. He's over 200 yards already, heating up, setting up. This dude might break his career high in passing. I don't know what it is. Somebody get stabbed.
Just can't pull the trigger, and the quarterback is sacked at the 41.
And the defense there goes zone coverage, maybe confused the quarterback a little bit, forced him to hold on to the football, and that allowed the pass rush to get home.
First down sack, pushes it back. Now it's second down. He wants to pass it on second down. He's got an open man. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up.
It is so good for an offense early in the game to get in a rhythm and to start stringing first downs together. It makes the game really easy and puts that defense in a situation where they're starting to get tired. They want to sub, they want to get up.
The quarterback scrambled around, but the defense able to scramble him and turn it into a sack.
And they've been waiting for something good to happen with respect to getting after the quarterback, right? They're outside of the top 100 in the country in sacks per game, but finally now you see they're generating this pass rush. 3 sacks on the game so far.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. This will be the 8th play of the drive, but a great opportunity for the defense to get off the field. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. On third and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. And he is finding wide open defenders all over the field. His 3rd interception of the day. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
The defense has been all over this quarterback all game long. It's almost as if they know where he's going to throw. That now, the 3rd interception he's thrown.
Dropping back, it's Card. He's going to run it. He showed it all there. A little elusiveness, a little power, and he's got the first down.
These guys aren't human anymore. I mean, they got to survey the field, throw the football, make deep passes, and then guess what else? They pull the ball down, take off, and make big chunks of plays on the ground. It's just impossible to be on defense nowadays.
He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
They're trying to run the football. There's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
He's looking for a man on second down. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
Doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. On third and long, a check down would be the last resort. Oh, he wants it all. He almost had another one. They've already picked off 3 and just a hair away from number 4 there. And the Boilermakers will punt this one away. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. Everybody stays in their lanes well enough, and they stop him at the 31-yard line. The Wildcats have it back. The Northwestern offense headed out. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions, but I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did on the first part of that drive that made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. The give to the single back.
And sticking to the run. I'll tell you what, a lot of teams that are really good are really stubborn, and they continue to run the football even with little success. So this offense is going to continue to focus on running the football, you can tell.
Running back goes in motion. Looking downfield, it's right. Another interception. That's his 4th of the day. Looking for more room. Touchdown, Purdue! What a great play by the defense and paying it off with the interception return. This time it's the defense finding ways to put points on the board.
There is nothing better than being a defender, seeing that ball in the end zone, your eyes get big as saucers, go, jump on that puppy, secure it, get you a touchdown.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Hey, fellas, here's a quick update on a top 15 clash today. Maryland is in trouble right now, and unless something changes, this is the type of day that can crush morale. They're trailing by 14 to BYU. Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected, fellas.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Here's the handoff. Good, solid run on that one as he gets it up to the 33-yard line.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on first down, make that second down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
He's back to throw on 2nd down. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be 3rd down.
Man, that's a big missed opportunity for the running back. I'm trying to find ways to feature this guy and get him the football in space and not just hand it to him all the time. And tell you what, I'm a lot less likely to find those plays if he can't reel in those catches.
That just never had a chance as they controlled the middle of the field and stopped him in the backfield on 3rd down. How about this? A fake. And he grabs it. Got to get to the marker. And they caught them with their drawers down as the throw and catch picked up the 1st down on the fake.
Man, that is awesome. That gets the juices going. That gets everybody excited. You work on these fake punts all the time, but you don't call them all the time. But the coach saw something, executed it perfectly, called it at the right time, and got a shot in the arm, get some energy, snap it to the up back, completing the pass.
Powers through the defender. Not able to break the big one on that screen to the running back, but he found enough and a solid pickup on 1st down. Sometimes it's not about a fancy play design. It's about just getting him the ball and letting him play.
Especially nowadays with running backs being so good out of the backfield. You know they're going to catch it, and there's so many ways to use them. But exactly, get it to him, let him break tackles, let him make plays. Easy decision.
Now on 2nd down. Back to pass, it's right. Throws for the tight end. Lost the defense, he's wide open. And he was on his way, and they get him down at the 30.
How about the hit on the tight end there? They knew they had to bring the lumber on the big fella to bring him down, and they just blew him up.
And the Wildcats have it with a 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. Fires to the wideout. And that makes 5 interceptions in this one. The nightmare is alive. Got some room to run. The 20. Touchdown, Boilermakers! And this defense coming up with points of their own. What an interception return.
Defensive score.
The DB saw it. He thought, don't drop it, don't drop it. Then thought, don't get caught. And he didn't. The pick six.
Hey, these guys can play offense, too. Now, look at this. I showed you I can be a wide receiver. Coach might split them out at wide receiver next week after making that big play. But defense, great job making the interception. And you're right, doing something with it. Don't just slide down. Don't be content. Take that thing all the way back.
Northwestern, 14.
No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. The Northwestern offense returns to the field. This possession will be a test after squandering that long drive throwing a pick six, Jesse.
You're right, Reese. Well, I think this is really dependent, too, on the leaders in this huddle right now to step up and help this offense get back on the pace here on this drive.
Yeah, and this defense is frothing at the mouth. They're excited. They're jacked up. They just made a big play. They got all the momentum, so they're ready to hunt.
It's complete on the right side. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. That last catch puts him over 150 yards receiving on the day.
Reese, this defense has no answer for this guy. And it doesn't matter where he's lined up or what routes he's run or who's been covering him. They just can't stop him.
And he got a hand in there, knocks it away, incomplete. And the Wildcats racing to the line in the hurry-up. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. Looking to throw, it's right. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
You know, it's difficult for QBs sometimes if you're throwing to your running backs because they're not receivers. You really got to be perfect with the ball placement. You got to make that a catchable throw. A little bit too tough for the RB on that one.
They want to just keep throwing it. Looking to the big tight end. On target over the middle. Just what this offense was looking for. Sets him up at the 26 for the first down. He wants to throw. A shot toward the end zone. And the DB making a huge play, knocking it away downfield.
That's a great job by the DB playing the ball in the air. You see it all the time. DBs kind of get turned around. The wide receiver goes up and makes a catch. No, sir. DB, great position, knocks the ball down for an incompletion.
Dialing up a second down pass play. Looking down the middle. He's got it. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be first and goal. New center downs right on the doorstep for this offense. They'll try to get it in with the run. Nice, solid form tackle from this sophomore. The offense will stop the clock and use one of its timeouts. Got it. Now on second and goal. Trying to pound their way in. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
And with the stuff there, Jesse, on second down, this little third to mid-range, you got 2 downs. What are you thinking here?
Maybe getting your quarterback out on the perimeter and giving him a run-pass option. See if you can get the defense in a bind.
They're working that left side. Touchdown, Wildcats! And they'll put that scoreboard operator to work. They put 6 on the board. And the point after is good. 76 yards on the drive for the touchdown. And it was finished off with a 2-yard touchdown toss. The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Boilermakers have it back, and here comes the offense. David, the punter got some work last time. They'd like to keep him on the sidelines in this drive.
Yeah, and it's not something you want to say very often. You don't want the punter out there. This offense needs to get back lathered up and get a little bit more of a rhythm.
Best way to do that, identify where your best players are and just get them the football. Give these guys some touches to kickstart this offense.
And that's a pretty good job by this defense. Man, it's so hard to limit these quarterbacks, and they're spreading you out all over the field. When they take off, it's hard to limit the damage. Nice job limiting the damage. And I tell you what, make it physical. Finish those plays and try to tackle that guy and make him think about running the football in the future.
We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. They're going to go to the air on 3rd and short. He hurls one deep down the left side. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it.
Defense did a great job. 3rd and short on the opponent's side of the field. They're expecting quick throw. Everybody, they dug their heel on the ground. They're able to break on the ball and force the incompletion.
The Boilermakers send out the punt unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. He'll be brought down, and that's the final play of the half. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. Northwestern about to boot it away to open the second half. Here's the return from inside his 10. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19.
1st and 10.
The Purdue offense heads back out to the field. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and
He's going to let one fly down the middle. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. After the misfire, now on 2nd down. Dropping back, it's Card. Looking left. Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away.
How good have they recruited in the secondary defensively, right? We've seen guys flying around with speed. They're breaking on the ball. They've got hands. Multiple interceptions in this game. They almost got another one right there.
Another incompletion on 3rd down.
That is a good omen for this defense. They were getting lit up in the first half. They knew something had to change. So to set the tone like this early on their opening drive in the 3rd quarter, to get a stop on 3rd, that should really help their confidence.
4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. He only needs a sliver of daylight. Very little will make a crowd hold its breath like a punt return, and he brought them to their feet on that one. The Wildcats have it back. The Northwestern offense headed out. This could be a real turning point in the game. They scored a touchdown. They got a stop, and now a chance to break the tie.
Yeah, this offense has got it cooking, man. And how about the defense? Great job getting that stop, getting the football right back to the hot hand. Now this offense, Palmer, has a chance to take the lead.
You can see the offense, too. They understand the situation right now. They were jonesing on the sidelines to get another opportunity to run back on the field. They are ready to drive this ball and go score.
Now the play fake. And he can't escape, and down he goes. Northwestern wants to go quickly.
3rd down coming up.
On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. A strike downfield. And this defense was flailing as he weaved his way and got down to the 26.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
He's just outside the 20-yard line, stopped at the 21 after a pickup of 6. 6-yard pickup on 1st down, leaves him with 2nd and 4. He leaves it with his back. He is tackled, but it'll be a fresh set of downs.
Well, I know this is an offensive line that has a ton of pride. They want to come out each and every game and really impose their will on the D-line. They got just enough push there on that run play to pick up the first.
Leaves it with the running back. Fights his way ahead. They get him down after a pickup of 3. They'll mark it at the 12.
Brings up second down.
It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Trying to impose their will with the run. They'll finally get him stopped at the 1-yard line. What a run there.
And, you know, big chunks like this don't happen unless you commit to the run game. You got to get those big boys up front into the game, understanding I want to knock people off the football.
Touchdown, Northwestern. An epic comeback. They'll talk about this one forever if they can hold on, but they're on top right now. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
All right, guys, want to update you on a game that went final moments ago. Wyoming was able to squeak one out in front of those home fans in Laramie. In fact, I think in the end, the difference may have been Cowboys Nation who will enjoy this win. A lot to go through in the film session this week for both teams. But, boy, it sure is going to be easier for the side that came away with the win.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there, Kevin. Thanks for the update. Nothing open downfield, so he'll just toss it away.
Like the job by the defense there in coverage. They took every option away from the quarterback. He was outside of the pocket, nowhere to go with it, so they forced the incompletion throw away.
Looking downfield, it's Card. He lobs one high down the left side. Oh, and he gets downfield for the big catch. Touchdown, Purdue! He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, gets you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback and wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
All tied up and just about set to kick it away.
Set to kick this one away.
He'll bring it out. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20.
Take over first and 10.
The Northwestern offense returns to the field. On that last drive, defense had no idea what was happening, run or pass, and it wound up in the end zone, Jesse.
Yeah, you saw the experience in this offense that last drive, too, on that touchdown. Everybody on the same page. These guys have repped these plays over and over in practice and in games, and it's working, Dave.
Yeah, so I got to find a way to disrupt it. I got to find a way to maybe be more aggressive, maybe blitz, mess up this rhythm they got going.
Now adjusting. Going to try to get it himself. He found a little opening and got loose. They couldn't stop him in the backfield, so a solid pickup there.
Well, as soon as he got outside the pocket, the defense smelled blood in the water. Everybody started pursuing, and how about the big hit on the QB outside the pocket? At that point, he's a runner. He's not getting protected anymore. Nice job. He felt that one.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
And I think that might be an example of the running back maybe trying to do a little bit too much. Everybody wants to try to bounce the ball outside and hit the home run, but in college football at this level, you just need to do a better job taking what the defense gives you.
These are the types of plays where offenses impose their will. 3rd and short from the 45. Caught. He's got first down yardage across the 50. They'll mark it at the 49. Northwestern right back to the line. I don't blame them. They're going to keep working this guy out of the slot until somebody finds a way to stop him.
Yeah, and why wouldn't you? And you find a matchup that's working, and you got a guy with this kind of athletic ability in the slot, dude, keep finding him, keep using different routes. So far, the defense doesn't have an answer for him.
Looking for a man. It's right. Pocket starts to collapse. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
Well, he didn't have a whole lot of time to get rid of that one. The defense was all over him right after the snap. No wonder that thing fell incomplete.
Now facing a 3rd and long. Quarterback will audible. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Makes the grab. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the 1st down marker.
You got to love that. On defense, one of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on 3rd down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. Whoop-de-doo. You set up 4th and long. You're going to get the ball back. Go get some water and celebrate.
On 4th down, they'll throw for it. He's got him, and they convert. And they finally get him to the ground. An easy conversion for this offense. Defense not exactly the perfect 4th down call there. They'll throw it on 1st down. A shot toward the end zone. Touchdown, Wildcats. And that one will give them the lead. The AT unit on the field. And the extra point splits the uprights. They're up 35-28. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
28.
It bounds through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. The Boilermakers have it back, and here comes the offense. Now they need to put something together to answer that last score.
There's a lot of pressure, too, on this offense to have to execute at a high level. They've got to score points, David, but they can't go too fast because their defense right now is tired.
And I think that's the difficulty being a play caller. Like, I have to balance all of those things. My defense is a little bit tired. I can't put on the field, but I got to be aggressive because this is a back-and-forth type game, so a lot to process and think about.
Cranking up a drive like that can really get you going. It's 1st down from the 44. Use the play fake, now to throw. Takes a hit as he fires. Couldn't hang on to that one. This defense has already picked off 3 passes, almost had the 4th. It'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Scanning the field, it's Card. Makes his connection.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times they'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it's still a positive game.
Now trying to keep this drive alive on 3rd and long from the 45. He'll just keep slinging it. And the missed connection on 3rd down.
Well, in the first half, this offense was up and down the field. It seemed like everything they were dialing up was working. And here we are in the 3rd quarter, and there's a very rare incompletion on their own end of the field. Maybe that's the play the defense needs now to spark some momentum.
He'll try to field the punt and bring it back. They'll get down and put a stop to the return at about the 28-yard line. Wildcats have it back. The Northwestern offense headed out. Man, what a drive last time for the touchdown. That passing attack was lethal, David.
Yeah, and you know, you hear all these stupid commentators like me and Jesse talking about create balance, run and pass. No, when you throw that good, spin the ball around.
So the defense has to find a way to affect the quarterback on this drive because last drive he had way too much time to throw.
To the air on 1st down. Oh, he's going to try to get it all here. And it's another interception as his assault on the record book continues.
I'll tell you what, defensive players don't always see where the ball is. They see the receiver and they get to chase him, but really good job seeing where the receiver is, going and making an interception, making a big play, getting the ball back to your offense.
Unloads to the wideout. Hauls it in. And they'll bring him down, but not before he picks up the 1st down.
And I love that play call. There's a great example of sudden change situation, right? Your defense gets the turnover. You get it right back. The very first play, let's be aggressive. Let's take a shot and see if we can catch the defense napping. Boy, oh boy, did that ever work out great.
Looking to pass. It's Card. They're bringing heat. Hit as he throws. Another interception. This guy just can't find his own players. And he was weaving his way and finally brought down around the 23-yard line.
It has just been that kind of day for this guy. 4 picks now thrown in this game. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. He just hasn't been throwing the football accurately. This is a game he would like to soon forget.
Wants to throw on first down. Fires deep toward the end zone. And it's intercepted. A turnover for the defense. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own.
I tell you what, I don't know if I'm going to try him much more. Goodness gracious, you can tell he's ready for what he's seeing. Second interception. I would not throw near that guy anymore. You might want to try the other side of the field.
Now they'll run it on the toss. That play just never had a chance. They knock him down for a loss of 5.
You know, defensively, you live by the blitz and you die by the blitz. That time, they dialed it up into the run play, and the linebacker able to make a nice tackle.
That's the end of the third quarter of play. With the score, Northwestern 35, Purdue 28.
Timeout called here by the defense. It's their first of the half.
Timeout, Northwestern.
Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. From his end zone, needs to be careful here. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They've been trying all game long different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls incomplete.
From his end zone, a lot of room to throw downfield. He'll take the deep shot. And here's the 5th interception by this quarterback.
And when it's third and so long, it's very predictable. I'm bringing more DBs on the field. I'm bringing more speed. I know you're going to pass the football. The offenses have to be aggressive. They have to take shots. They did it there. The defense makes the big play.
Quarterback checking the play. Off play action on first down. Avoids, and the defense is there. He got away for a second, but not for long as they knock him down for a loss.
When you talk about outstanding pass rushers, you're always talking about dynamic guys, and he's been that each and every week for this defense. Speed, he's got power, you just simply can't block him, and that last play is his 10th sack of the season.
All right, QB, I got to trust you, man. You already threw one pick. Now that one probably should have picked. You got to give me a reason to feel confident I can drop back and let you throw the football again, or else this leash maybe gets a little bit short. Maybe we start warming up the righty in the bullpen.
Third play of the drive, and they need to take advantage of this field position by making something happen on 3rd and long. To the air, it's right. Throws to the tight end. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up.
Nice job by the defense. They're mixing up their look. They're 3rd and long in field goal range. They go zone coverage. So everybody on the back end has the eye on the quarterback, and they're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
And now on 4th down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot. Splits the uprights. Good. And now the lead is even bigger. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Week in and week out, guys, you never know what's going to happen in college football. Check this out. James Madison is getting hammered right now. They are the nail, and that figurative mallet is just pounding them into the ground. What a bad look. They're trailing by 17 to Auburn. We'll circle back if anything big happens you need to know about.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. They're going to throw it to start the drive. Going downfield for the big play. And they can't make the connection, going for a big play on first down. The Boilermakers will hustle to the line.
Yeah, and I think you know the situation as a defender, and you know you're up by a score, and you know exactly what's going on with the offense. They got to make some big plays here in the fourth quarter. Nice job playing the deep ball, staying deep, and not giving up the big play.
And that had all the makings of bug meat windshield. But how about the little corner taking on the big tight end and keeping him from getting the first? Fairly manageable distance here on third down from the 27. The toss to the outside. At the 40, there he goes. They make the stop, and this running game moves the chains as they get the first down.
Well, the good news is you got the first down running it there on second and short, but the bad news is you're down by quite a bit here in the fourth quarter, and 2, 3, 4-yard gains aren't going to get it done. You've got to start chucking this thing vertically to get back in the game.
Sends it downfield. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. The incompletion leads to 2nd and 10. They'll run play action. Coming after it. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble.
Well, this defense felt coming into the game that if he was going to try to throw from the pocket, they could get to him and affect his accuracy, and they did on that last play.
Ball is at the 41 as this defense tries to force the punt on 3rd and long. Back to throw, it's Card. Fires to the wideout. On target to the left. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49. They absolutely had to have that 3rd down to keep any glimmer of hope alive.
And defensively, that's exactly what I want. Make you get the 3rd down. The clock is your enemy. Multiple possession lead. That is right where I want this on.
And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
And that's a great job by the defense not letting that bird out of the cage. When you can run like this guy can, you got to keep the edge. Did a great job. He went backwards, retreated, gave up some ground. They didn't give up the outside, got the sack on the play.
2nd down now after the sack. He's looking to throw. He's going to let one fly down the middle. Makes the grab. Takes it to the house. Touchdown, Boilermakers!
Man, you want to make big plays in the passing game, and to do that, you've got to be able to read the defense, see what they're doing to make sure you don't put the ball in harm's way. You could see he drops back, got really good comfort level with what he's seeing. He knows he's going to fit that post over the linebackers in between the safety. Ball is on the money, and they're rewarded with a touchdown.
And he added the extra point. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown.
38, Purdue, 35.
Fair catch called for and made. The Northwestern offense returns to the field. Jesse, they had to kick a field goal the last time they had it.
Yeah, and oftentimes early in games, you're just trying to find your rhythm. Some things work, some don't on that first drive, David. Be interesting to see what happens here.
Yeah, you got a feel for the defense now. You understand what they're trying to do, what their game plan is. Now you get to go into phase 2 of your game plan.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Wide out in motion. To the air, it's right. Throws for the tight end. Soft spot in the middle. Gets it to the 42-yard line, and that's a first down.
I think most offenses around the country in a situation like this with the lead late would be trying to run the football, right, or throw it short and try to bleed the clock. But this offense, man, it's still pedal to the metal. They're looking for chunk play opportunities.
And he'll find enough running room to get it just short of midfield at the 49.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead, and the offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on first down. It's 2nd and 3. He's looking to throw. Got his man on the right. Makes the grab, and it's enough for the first down before he's dragged to the ground. The Wildcats are in the hurry-up. Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. Looking to go up top on first down. If the quarterback's a little more on target there, maybe they hook up, but it's an incompletion.
The quarterback there just trying to go to his primary target, and they're just not on the same page.
Couldn't make the connection on first down. Now here on second. They'll keep it on the ground. They want this clock to move.
Well, this offense thinks that they have enough left in the tank here to run the football and run all the time off the clock. They got the lead late. Didn't get the first down on that last one, but it's not going to surprise anybody if they turn around and hand it off again here.
They not only have to deal with this defense, but the noise from this crowd on 3rd and 4. Off the play fake. And the quick shuffle pass underneath. And they wrap him up, but not before he gets enough on the catch for the first down.
Such a tough spot to be in on defense because you're trailing. You're expecting the offense to run the football. They just did it on the last play, and then on a critical 3rd down, they go play action, and they throw it over your head. You got to feel for this defense.
Get it out on the screen. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down.
And so many things have to come together perfectly for a screen to work for big yardage. And they were close. You could tell that almost busted, but they just got wrapped up, got a little bit of yardage, but they really wanted that one to be a big gainer.
It's complete to the right. And he'll have to check his fillings after that lick, but he did get the first down.
You know what's interesting? At this point of the game, with the lead in the 4th quarter, the defense is expecting them to run the ball, and because they're putting so many guys close to the line of scrimmage, they're taking advantage, throwing it. 2 straight completions now back-to-back.
Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Looking for a man. It's right. That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be 3rd down. Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a 1st and goal.
It's hard throwing in the pocket, man. You got bodies and 300-pound dudes falling all over the place. They're trying to hit you. That time, the pressure got to them, and they forced the incompletion.
Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Now, this is rolling the dice, or perhaps they've gone outside their head. They're already up. Boy, this could really backfire if they don't convert on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Well, the quarterback can make a big play when he starts moving around. Incomplete on 4th down, and man, did they need to keep that drive alive.
College football is a game of inches. Let's see how this thing plays out, man. They were just trying to ice the game. If they could have gotten that 4th down, that was ball game. Now the opponent has life. Their defense has given them a chance. Let's see what they can do.
He's looking to throw it. He wants a big play here late. And that one falls incomplete. They tried to go over the top on 1st down. 2nd down coming up.
Well, you know the defense felt freaked out on that one. Here in the 4th quarter, and you're lined up against one of the fastest players in all of college football, and they're taking a shot up top. You just hold on tight and hope for the best, and that time they were able to force an incompletion.
Right back to the air on 2nd and 10. Right on target this time. He's brought down. Solid pickup, but a little bit short of the 1st down.
I think in this situation, 2 minutes, trailing late, I think you got to be throwing to the sticks every time. I don't know if these short completions are going to get it done. You're just not going to have enough time to get down the field. So from a play calling standpoint, I think you want to think about being a little bit more aggressive.
Gets open down the middle. Just what the doctor ordered to get away from the shadow of that goalpost and pick up a 1st down of the 23. The Boilermakers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. They'll throw it on 1st down. He's going up top here late in the game. He's got it downfield for a huge gain.
Man, this offense is so dangerous, Reese. They've got dudes all over the field that can make plays. There's a big gainer in the pass game.
You get a chunk of yards like that, now the defense is really on its heels. Looking to throw its card. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's 1st and goal from the 8.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
Wants to go up top. Going for 6. Ball into the end zone, and it's intercepted. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position. About the only good thing that happened for the offense on that play, at least it wasn't a pick 6. What a return.
Yeah, that didn't look good for the offense. You know all those big fellas, those O-linemen, they're not going to be able to go make the play. So as the DB getting the interception, you know if you can break that play and you can get past that level, it might be to the house. It might be to the crib. Lucky that wasn't a pick 6 if you're on offense.
Defense uses a timeout. The clock stops with 17 seconds left. They'll be perfectly content to go right back to the ground here on 2nd and 8. Trying play action. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Well, the offensive line has got to give him at least a little bit of time to survey the field. He had no chance that time, getting hit almost immediately after he got the ball.
Now facing a 3rd and long from the 50-yard line. He'll set up to throw. Unloads to the wideout. The pass falls incomplete, and there are 8 seconds left.
And that is a frustrating possession for this offense. You wanted to run the football, maybe take some time. You did the opposite. Got in a bad situation, threw the football, stopped the clock. Not how you manage a game late in the 4th quarter.
They have the lead in a 1-possession game, but they're thinking deliver the knockout blow. But this carries big-time risk on 4th down. And as the ball falls incomplete, the clock strikes 0. It came down to the final quarter.